a long way off the mark. He's really meant to be, at least in terms of stats, he's meant to be the heaviest hitter on this team. He's meant to be getting his numbers, and right now he's having a bit of a weaker series. It's been Rusty with a surprise performance. Everyone else is roughly on the mark. On the flip side, Nodios has been a monster, and he's someone that's been a little bit quiet. So this is why he's in the team. He's meant to be a bit of a star performer, and yeah, we'll keep an eye on those individuals as we get into this third and final map. Here we go, Overpass. Winner is in the grand final. It'll be tomorrow evening. And, yeah, certainly a big prize should they make it all the way to Katowice.
Alrighty then. Here we go. It's a 4-man stack from GODSENT out on the B bomb site. They are very ready for this B hit that's coming in. And it will come through off the back of the flash burst. Julie's up close and personal. Only good for one as Phoenix scores the game away. Oh, a bloodbath here in favor of the T side. What can ZTR get done from the back of the sides? Absolutely nothing, in fact. So they had all the players there. They just couldn't land their shots. And that's so often how it goes. ECSTATIC looking set to find a flying start.
I mean, do you just save if you're draken? Got body armor, you take no damage. Gonna take some shots now, surely. Draken plays all around him. Draken hits the deck. And, well, it didn't really go much better for the ECSTATIC squad. Manx, a bit of a rough inferno on the board. And, yeah, I mean, it feels to me like GODSENT have won a lot of the pistols in this series. Let's have a quick check. Because it feels to me like maybe ECSTATIC have only won this one. They lost both on Inferno. Let's have a look. Yeah, I haven't got all the stats here. Either way, so they're going to feel good to win a pistol, and this time they do need to convert it. No mistakes.
So, GODSENT won both on Nuke and both on Inferno.
Yeah,
so
I had a feeling.
There you go. The old memory box is pretty good over there, Mr. Hender. Solid stuff.
Today, at least.
4 on 3, at least briefly. Manx left on 2 HP, though. Surely gets finished off here. Rusty will indeed see him off. Meanwhile, out towards the A-bomb site, Kragan's found an awful lot of space. Is it enough to work with, though? Oh, going to be spotted by the 5-7, but Joel flubs his lines. Doesn't land a single shot, despite the fact that Kragan was looking the other way. That's kind of incredible. So we'll see. I mean, with them being pretty far away from the site here, I'm not sure if the remaining GODSENT boys really want to go for it. Rusty's here with that scout. Will call upon Plopski, who's found himself an AK. Here we go. But they're so far back on the ECSTATIC side, and it's such a weird post-plan to deal with. I don't know how they even begin to approach this, to be honest with you, with, you know, the lack of utility. Maybe make them come towards you. They've got a couple of smokes to work with. Get one of those onto the bomb. Get the kit player on the bomb and just hope for the best. Not going to happen, though, is it? 2 players spamming down. There's no time now for Rusty. They do a lot of good damage there on the GODSENT side.
Some teams would buy again here. It's right on the edge if you're GODSENT. Kragan dies. I really think they might have gone for it. But, nothing bought just yet. So I think it will just be an eco. Indeed it is. A nadage. And ECSTATIC, you're just happy to survive that round. That was absolutely on the brink. 2v3 for a few brief moments until some miss. Was it Joel playing behind truck that missed the shots? That was a little bit rough.
That was it. I think that was the key turning point of the round, to be fair. Yeah.
Important though that ECSTATIC keep this one clean. Of course, they banked up nothing the previous round by virtue of it going that close. Very important to just keep as many people alive as possible right now.
stack out towards the B side of things. Unfortunately, not going to see all that much action. ECSTATIC will start to worm their way towards the A side of things and discover that it's completely open. So, easy plant to come through here. Going to get that bomb down momentarily. And indeed. Round will be over shortly. We might just see kind of a boring one as well, to be fair. I'm not entirely sure if GODSENT want to send themselves into this. It looks like they do. Sometimes we just see teams save in a situation like this and deny kill bonus away and everything, right? So it can be a bit dull, I suppose. They're actually fancying themselves for a fight. Draken will open up. However, since then, not looking as good. Rusty finds a double. Still a little bit of time if they get a player on the bomb now, to be fair. ZTR going to tap it, but gets taken down pretty quickly by the MAC-10 at range. Draken has got his hands onto an AK, hasn't he? So he's going to look to save that towards long, but Manx is after him here. Manx will find the frag. So another close one, though, to be fair. ECSTATIC's money is not really built up as much as they would like in these early rounds.
It stings a bit, but I think GODSENT should be happy. There's going to be nothing in the bank. Maybe some Galil's honestly in play. Here for ECSTATIC, there is an AWP on Salazar. Alright. Really important round. ECSTATIC lose, they definitely want a bomb plant. Just take a little bit of the sting out. How are they going to default? 2 towards A, 2 on B. Nodios getting aggressive on that MAC-10 for some control, but a couple HE grenades going to dissuade him for now. In response, long is taken. Draken is avoided. And Salazar is sprinting. Look at this. He must have a read on where these CTs are because he is ever so fast.
Salazar. Oh, missed shots on both sides of the equation. You don't see that very often. Salazar's going to get encroached from close. Plopski takes him down. Key opening frag coming through for GODSENT to start to solidify their position. Really nice opener for the CT side.
They know it's free A right now. They need to speed up. Here it comes. Barrels Molly. Doesn't last too long. Rusty still playing behind the smoke. Nodios on the MAC-10 of all guns. Removes the scalp. Player still here. That's Joel. Swiftly traded. Bomb can now get planted. Needs to get on with that Manx. Molly's going to land on the default plant. Sandbags would still be an option to get that bomb down. And that heaven smoke makes everything a lot easier here. Plant in from Manx. And now we look towards the after plant. No kits, no nades. Gonna try and boost. Manx is in the open. Kill is found, but Queenix is still unspotted. He's still unspotted. When is he gonna spring his trap? Here he goes. One found. Plopski low. His teammate taking a Jordan towards connector. There goes Draken. And Plopski's in a world of pain. Massive afterplant as ECSTATIC convert.
That's verging on insane. Absolutely crazy that ECSTATIC, you know, started off so poorly, started off so weakly, managed to get it done. Unbelievable. Wildly unbelievable. Starts to hammer home the issues for GODSENT so far on the CT side. ECSTATIC, that flying start we were talking about, here it comes, and perhaps here it is to stay. Really impressive stuff as they will continue the trend. There's a few upgraded pistols here, but Nodio Suda Smoke going to find the first, and Salazar at range takes down Draken. Easily done. Easily done, and that 5-0 looking nice and juicy.
They do need a clean anti-eco as well, so hopefully it continues this trend. Very slow stuff. Let's have a quick look at the B stream. Where are we at? 9-6 for Big Clan. Size of the split, that's Vertigo. 9-6 CT Vertigo. I'd say that's about on par, really, isn't it? So, fairly even Stevens over there. And here we go. Free A stack from GODSENT. They are on the right side of the map. In the bombs here. Flashbang. It's a good idea. There's too many players to deal with. And Joel's down. As long as Plopski gets checked in the end, it should be okay. There's one kill for him. AK recovered. And every gun he can take is pretty massive, so fight this together if they want to kind of try and clear out Plopski. Notice at the bottom of connector, you could just come up and pincer if you really wanted to.
Plopski trying to get away here. Don't think it's going to happen for him at this stage of the game. Nodios actually goes the wrong way, but Plopski might walk into him, to be fair, and give him the freebie. We'll see. Oh, he's just going to chill at the bottom and save down there, so they do not know how close they are at this stage of the game. Really weird little game state coming through at the tail end of the round. Nonetheless, it's the 5th in a row for ECSTATIC here.
Quick discussion. No real surprises, given how this half has started. Back on with the AWP. Last time around, they were in a pretty good position until that hit and after plant. So maybe a quick discussion. Just keep a calm head. Just communicate well. Of course, loser of this game is not eliminated. They'll play the winner of Big Clan NIP, which is currently ongoing. But there's certainly value in winning this straight into the grand final. Less fatigue when you play for that spot, Katowice. That would be nice. So here we go. 3A start for GODSENT. It's a bit of a bold move. And given the posturing of ECSTATIC right now, it might be the wrong move. Triple nade. Nobody there to meet it. And I think they got away with this. ECSTATIC are going to move back in towards A.
Nodio's going to be left incredibly low from an early exchange there. Nade will finish him off. Fantastic move from Plopski. Rusty, good for one. That's kind of all you need him to be good for at this point. Joel should be able to easily hold the line. Look how low they are. Salazar trades out, takes some damage. Short smoke is enough to kind of see everyone off at this stage of the game. GODSENT, at the very least, are all moving in from the same sort of spot. Could get a bit weird there for Salazar. Has dropped draken. Boost is semi-effective. Not able to drop Salazar, unfortunately, though. But I think he will be now ready for them all coming from short. And they have recovered the round back out of nowhere. Oh, my goodness. Again, ECSTATIC just doing no wrong here.
It's getting a bit out of control. And what have we got here? Is this a hero AWP? Okay. It's bold. They won't have an AWP in the next if Draken can't save on free. Just about. But it'll be not full nades. Well, I need to see value out of this AWP. I don't think it will be expected for that T side. They'll think they've fully broken the money here. At what point is this half getting out of control, for God's sake? It's pretty scary. Flashbang is good, at least onto Queenix, but Plopski met the AWP Salazar in the end. An advantage for ECSTATIC, and now they can play the map how they like.
Starting to get into a position where ECSTATIC are really taking over the game, to be honest with you. So is this going to continue? Can GODSENT put a stop to them? It does, now just become a question of getting the one round on the board, proving that they can do it. Which always, for some reason, remains a massive challenge in situations like this, I think. You start to really, really doubt yourself when the scoreline gets like this.
Dragon's got so much space. There are 3 players around him. Could be in trouble. Draken is still there with his AWP, which yet to have any influence, and has to be said, the value of that purchase not being seen. Draken struggling at the start of this game. ZTR as well, not in great shape on the fragging department. There's been some close rounds, but they're getting cleaner as we go along, it feels, for ECSTATIC, and this is, I mean, you said it from the off, for a lot of teams, this is the heavily CT map these days. Certainly doesn't look like it off the data in this game, does it?
No, moving against the trend, I suppose. ECSTATIC, you know, just able to dictate the fights, dictate the pace, what that T side is known for, and it seems like GODSENT really cannot match up. You know, we've got pushes through smokes, we've got the post-plant situations that are pretty dire for ECSTATIC, where they're like a man down, 2 men down a couple times, and yet they're able to come out on top. So, really surprising across the board, I feel like. ECSTATIC will... yeah, I'd be feeling pretty good about this one. A second time out coming in for GODSENT if they can see this off as well. You know, very, very dangerous kind of prospect if GODSENT's timeouts aren't working.
It's interesting this because we've had 2 maps for a long stages of those 2 maps. GODSENT were the ones in the big lead. It was ECSTATIC without the pistol rounds, always off to a deficit, never could get anything going. That is not the case here. ECSTATIC off to a blinding start. Right, round 8. See what you got, GODSENT. Throwing a few different CT looks at this so far. This time, solo A for draken, a 4v start. They've clearly got some sort of read, some sort of inkling idea that players could be coming this way. Check out this boost from Plopski. And who's on the bottom? Rusty. I was on towards connector, but there's nobody coming that way. And if players pop out of monster, they look awfully exposed to me.
Joel. Back end of the cycle on a couple players back here could get a bit bloody. To be fair, Plopski going to drop the bomb. Joel drops Manx. Andy finds Kragan. Just Salazar then. Lacking a bit of information. 5-7 out. Spam coming in. Finds Joel. Takes a bit of damage for his troubled Draken. Looking to get the creep up. I think Salazar just spotted in there. Has the smoke available. Ready for Draken, but can't take him down. And GODSENT, better late than never, will finally get their first round.
Onwards and upwards. Need to capitalize upon this. The scary thing is, ECSTATIC, even in a losing round, even when they went into 4 players, still got quite a few kills. Money is not good for GODSENT whatsoever. GODSENT, there's nobody there to frag down. Instead, ECSTATIC are leaning heavily into this AD fault. Draken up on flowers on long, posted up. He'd love players to swing in his direction. And should ECSTATIC go there? Need some pretty nice flashes, or Draken will pounce.
Slowly encroaching in towards the bathrooms area, ECSTATIC making their way over. One smoke is enough to put a stop to them for now, so I don't think they were really expecting that so much. Going to reroute towards the banana area. Maybe look for a boost here. Plopski, meanwhile, very close to the action. Not ready for him, but finds the frag. And that will cause the burst. The contact A in full effect. Draken flashed off the angle super effectively. Can't find the kills up close. And it might just be an instant save from GODSENT, to be honest with you. Yeah, Molotov comes around, forces them back. And they will hold on to what they have.
It's got to feel awful to save in this scenario, hasn't it? They're going to be on. They'll be on. I think they're still in 2-9 loss, so could drop some rifles, but not going to be an AWP. It's hardly ideal. ECSTATIC have just got so much right in this half. So much right. Of course, there's a couple crunch time rounds, a couple after plants where individuals had to make big moves. But overall, they've been a very cohesive unit. Playing fairly simple Counter-Strike, but playing it together, and it's working absolutely perfectly. And when, you know, Kragan and Manx are going to be taking a lot of your opening duels, and they're just ripping heads. Again, that's only going to help all the more.
Yeah, GODSENT really panicking now. Another timeout going to be taken as they are starting to worry quite a lot about this one, I think. And rightfully so. It's really getting away from them as it's an incredibly scary prospect. The scoreline like this, ECSTATIC could go so deep. Another key rifle round coming in from GODSENT. And they absolutely need to find this. And then a few more as well. Get them strung together, boys.
Would be nice. Okay. Flash through. Max can't see anything. His teammate is a little bit too far off. Queenix also goes down. So finally a man advantage for GODSENT. Draken here is all the way in behind. Surely they have no idea that he's coming.
Certainly seems that way, doesn't it? In all fairness. An easier said than done type situation. Suddenly find themselves on towards B, though. 4 left alive. The B bomb site remains open. Quick flank coming through from Draken, as you mentioned. But as the bomb goes down, I mean, they're kind of ready. Salazar goes a bit wild for it, though. Nodios was very ready for it. Salazar, you know, not giving it the respect that maybe it did indeed deserve. Just going to be Kragan left alive then, and he can't get anything done. Rusty takes him down cleanly. GODSENT back on the board. The timeouts seem to be working, but they just can't keep the consistency. Now is another time to find that consistency. Another test coming in for the Swedes.
Yeah, there's still money, though, for ECSTATIC. They keep getting bomb plants, even if they're losing rounds. It's compelling. There's still a lot of work to do here. At least Draken's found a few frags on that round. ZTR yet to get fully engaged. Rusty's been the best performer for them so far. They switch it up. This time an A heavy lean, free here. So we got some sort of boost for Draken, and they get caught out in the open. Quad man boost on the B side of the map. And I think they've just realized it's free A. Oh, if they commit now, Rusty's in a lot of trouble.
Oh, ZTR, Plopski, Rusty, everybody going to chime in. It looked good for ECSTATIC. It seemed like they had the right idea, but it just falls apart very quickly indeed. Pretty surprising stuff. Salazar with it all to do. That's a hell of a quick scope onto the second. Smoke goes down, and Joel's like, yeah, fair enough, bro. Give him the space. And try and find the timing here, of course, is what he's after. Bomb plant coming in. He will have the space to do that, but surely Joel has got his number in just a second here. Salazar is not considering the flank at all, and does indeed fall to it. So GODSENT, first time in the game, they will manage to string a couple together. Solid stuff from them. Keep it coming.
A little bit too slow from ECSTATIC. I think they had a read that was an A lean at the start. So there was a monster smoke down and they weren't prepared to go through it. If they knew it was one guy, they would have definitely gone through it. But yeah. Overall, GODSENT rotate just in time. Had the numbers there. And the hit was really afoot. And they're doing it. I mean, they've finally got ECSTATIC's money to a position where there might be an eco to come. Been an absolute brawl for GODSENT to have any traction at all in this half. But if they win this round, well, suddenly we're back in a space where, you know, the checklist of things that have to be achieved in the second half is a lot less. If they lose these rounds, then, my God, I think a lot of work to do.
Draken opens up, so maybe the work going to begin from here as well. You know, speaking of kind of losing the rounds, the round itself needs to work. It's a good start. It's a very good start indeed for GODSENT, and Draken going to go digging, which he won't find anyone else. But that's kind of information in and of itself, right? That's half the game in Counter-Strike. Information is indeed king. And so they're a little unsure, a little panicked here. On the side of ECSTATIC, you can kind of see it really lacking. Moving a bit slow. Joel going to find Nodios. Rusty above the smoke. Going to find another. Falling apart once again. For that T side. Definitely not out of the question, though, in a 2 versus 3 situation. Queenix looking for a return frag, but I don't think it's necessarily going to come his way. Bomb plant, somehow. But it's Draken on the backside that's unexpected. Confirms that frag, making sure not to mess it up. Queenix up against 3. Too many targets will go down, and here we go. They are really stringing them together, and as you said, managing to break the bank now.
Yeah, bomb plant helps a little bit, but it's not quite enough. Quite enough for ECSTATIC. So I think they'll half buy best. And GODSENT, well, this half from very early on just felt like damage limitation. That was the best they could achieve. And at least that is starting to transpire. Pause out from ECSTATIC. Maybe a little bit of a discussion about what's going wrong. There's no need to panic if you're ECSTATIC. I mean, you could lose every round from here and still be fairly happy. It's more like let's not throw away these chances. Seem to be losing a lot of guys early on. Not really defaulting out into a good position. So we'll see if they switch it up. A following gun round, but as mentioned, I do not foresee a full investment here. Half buy, it's pretty likely from ECSTATIC. Pistol armors, maybe a couple of nades. Okay. I don't like this. I don't like this. We've seen in the last couple rounds.
Sending.
Yeah, we've seen in the last couple rounds that on a full buy, it's been problematic. I kind of get it with the GODSENT money, but I think this is too much.
Yeah, maybe a bit of an argument to be made, like element of surprise at least in the initial portion of the round. At the same time, I think GODSENT, you know, still going to play pretty safe early on. It is somewhat wild from the ECSTATIC side of things, but we'll have to see how things pan out. Maybe they've got a clearer game plan than is obvious here. I mean, with, you know, 1 flash, 3 smokes, not really a big fan of where this buy is at. They're going to get one of those smokes out nice and early as well to cover off Draken. It is in the right place and does indeed force him away, but force him to take a different kind of fight. And he finds the opener. Joel traded down below. We'll see.
Oh my lord.
Oh, Plopski in for the triple, making it look easy as they all come barreling in towards him. The round maybe had some legs on it until they ran into Plopski.
I can't believe there was no trade. Dink as well from Plopski near on. What was that? 400 damage. That is monstrous. And this time there will not be a bomb plant. They'll have to eco into round number 15, surely. And I mean, ECSTATIC already had a good half, but these rounds later on look very different. Very, very different. GODSENT, like a brick wall in a lot of these. ECSTATIC haven't even got into a close after plant for seemingly 10 or so minutes.
Yep, pretty worrying stuff, to be fair. I think, as you said, you can still be happy with the way that this pans out, the way that this looks in the early stages of the game, right? The fact that you've got 8 rounds on the T side of Overpass, but obviously would have wanted a bit more here, and certainly capable of getting a bit more, so really difficult to stomach, I think, if you are ECSTATIC here. They feel like they should be a bit stronger than this, for sure.
Well, for now, unspotted. Plopski going to creep up long. Draken's by the sign. Head spotted now. And no chance really of a trade. These players need to work together with Draken. Draken on the angle. Kill found. I can't foresee a whole lot more getting out of this round for ECSTATIC, and it's just Queenix. It's a nice frag, but it makes no difference because next round is last. GODSENT will have the money. He's just trying to get anything extra for himself. There we go, 6 for GODSENT, and I mean, this is already a pretty miraculous recovery. It was looking awful at the start.
Yeah, again, I think that they'll be incredibly happy with the way that they've come back into this game. The streaky nature of this series does continue, right? Another long run from ECSTATIC and a long run from GODSENT. Just goes to show how close this kind of game has been. Ultimately, really impressed by what we've had on both sides of the equation here. So we'll see whether it continues into that second half, I suppose.
Yeah, B-Stream update. Big have prevailed. So the loser of this match will play Big tomorrow at 2:30 UK or 3:30 in the afternoon if you're Central Europe. And then the winner of that series will play the winner of this one. That spots in Katowice. Lots to play for. And I don't know. I don't think I'd fancy a mid-morning match against Big. That's pretty scary to me.
Yeah, I think so, mate. Help a bit more time to work into that final game of the day for the one spot available at Katowice, of course. So, ooh. Awkward for Kragan. 2 versus 2 as the dust settles here. ECSTATIC have picked up the pace, taking things a bit faster. And certainly a lot more aggressive, really solid stuff so far. Keep it together into the post plant, though. Draken's got other ideas. Just going to be Nodios left. Had a great series so far. Bit of a quieter map here. Would be a fantastic moment for him to open up and just explode into action and off angle. That's going to help him. He spots the shadow, but can't find the frag. Plopski gets the better of him. Incredible.
See
Hello, everybody. Welcome back into the second half here. We are shortly getting underway, of course, into the final half of the day. Seeing off who is going to move across to that grand final, of course, for the later game tomorrow. There is an earlier one, which is a scary, scary prospect here, as the loser of that will have to face down and have a pretty difficult time of things. ECSTATIC have sent 4 up long, 1 up mid, and well, in the process, they've left B completely clear.
Well, at least they got a kit, and they're gonna need it because there's not gonna be a lot of time left. Time to get back here. Manx drops down. Nodios. Look at ZTR. And Plopski in the meantime. Right, look at this. Free for Plopski, 2 for ZTR. ECSTATIC. I mean, loading up A was panned out to not be the right call, and it was always going to be difficult, but that was an absolute massacre as they tried to get anywhere near a retake.
Alrighty then, ECSTATIC. They'll be back in with the force buy here. Just a number of deagles. There is that one MP9 in play, but looking pretty good for GODSENT off the mark. The starting blocks here for GODSENT pretty clean indeed. If they can find this conversion, I think it would be absolutely massive. Gain themselves a bit of a gap. Pressure on ECSTATIC. Kraken finding 1, finding 2 on the MP9. It's so deadly in a spotlight connector, and he shows us why.
Can't drop the ball here if you're GODSENT. You've done so much to get back into this game. Especially with the pistol here on the T side. Kraken is taken down in the end. Oh no, the bomb. B push. Rusty down. Plopski. Smoke facing him. Does kill Nodios before that blooms. Phoenix needs to get over here to help his teammate to ensure this looks good. At the same time, A's under contest. Oh, Draken's on the wrong side of the map now. Oh no, GODSENT. I don't know how Draken wins this. There's not going to be a lot of time. 2 players sat on the bomb. Every second the passes, Salazar's getting closer. Needs to be a hero to turn this around.
In 30 seconds, I feel like even if he finds, you know, some opening kills there, they can just play far back and he'd have so much to do in such little time. He goes down to the first anyway. It doesn't really matter in the end. ECSTATIC
Disaster.
find themselves the lead. Yeah, it is. It really is a disaster for GODSENT. I think they will be incredibly disappointed with the way that they've performed there in that round. It was on a platter, man, you know, to find a lead, to find control, which is so important for the T side, again, especially on Overpass.
I mean, precisely what we saw on Nuke, wasn't it? They won second pistol. Of course, that game was a lot more in their grasp than this was, but similar storyline that was the beginning of the cascade. That was the catalyst to an ECSTATIC victory. And this time, they don't have nearly the same amount of wiggle room. ECSTATIC, they're on the stronger side. They're up against a force here. If they convert this, it'll be an eco in the following. Ooh. God almighty, where did this Kraken come from? Look at that.
Yeah, just seemingly out of nowhere the last few rounds. Salazar as well, also looking good on the Mac 10. So here we go, tail end of the game. Get the speed going, get the aggression coming, and ECSTATIC. Now they're the ones in the good position with the good control, potentially able to take over the game if they keep this up.
Full eco. Not even a flashbang, not a PT-50. Not a chance, seemingly. And Salazar, he's got a Mac 10, and no fears by the look of it. This could get interesting. Number 1, that's the bomb. Let's play a fun game of how many Salazar are going to get. I'm saying 3.
One in.
Bingo.
But you know, I would have said
Ace.
Or
That's a compliment.
double nade though. Who had that on the bingo card? Oh, nearly a double kill on the nade. Nodios will clean it up. Just the one kill coming in, but it doesn't really matter. Salazar's made so much money off that Mag 10. You can see he's already up to 10k. Absolutely ridiculous stuff. So a great amount of cash here for ECSTATIC to work with, and GODSENT very quickly have got to put a stop to this because ECSTATIC, yeah, this is the snowball starting, isn't it?
Yeah, gotta hit the ground running. Got to hit the ground running. 4v stack from ECSTATIC to kick us off. Just Kragen on this A side of the map. Of course, soon they'll realise that a B hit isn't coming anytime soon. GODSENT, yes, put down their mid-default nades. Molly on towards the cube here on birthday. Allow a little bit of info. They're actually going to contact mid, and I wonder how they're making this call. I don't think Salazar's made any noise. So it is a risk, but for the moment, they're getting it bang on. Manx is moving over now, but it's still the case that ECSTATIC aren't really sure what's going on.
Well, doesn't matter so much. They will manage to open up once they get that numbers advantage. Maybe they can make the world sing for them. One spotted out towards short. Kragen swings out off the back of a flash, but two quick trades come in. Rusty, maybe if he'd been a bit earlier, it would have been a man advantage for GODSENT, but at the very least, it is a control. Two on the front, one on the back. Of course, attempting to find a way in for his team. Salazar contacting round with the orb here. Oh, drawn away. He will check all his angles still, though. Vigilant on the clear, and thank goodness he was for ECSTATIC. Down to just two then. Plopski can't find his frag. All remaining on draken. Not planted for him either. They've all got kits here. Should be able to just get on the bomb and hold it, to be honest with you. draken, there's not much that he can do about this. Has to give it a cross. And another round, a key round, going the way of ECSTATIC.
Yeah. Just nothing going GODSENT's way. draken can drop a rifle. I think they kind of need to buy. It's a pretty good buy round. What have we got? There it goes. 1 AK dropped over. Okay, it's actually going to be a half buy with 2 AKs. Not the worst thing in the world, but we need to get these AKs engaged. And then some fights. And my lord, ECSTATIC, a 4 A stack? This is a risk and then some.
Yeah, a bit weird for sure. Queenix, ridiculous shot to open up. He's not ready for how deep the rest of them are in, though. So it's going to be a fully fledged retake here, 4 versus 3. Full belts of utility, I guess, for ECSTATIC, because they've been up on that A-bomb site, not had to lay anything down quite yet. Still weird here, and you can see Nodios, who is the player with all that utility, is pinned down. Dragon, good for 1. Trade's got to be there. Oh, Manx left so low there. They will indeed find their frags, though, and ECSTATIC moving up to 13, but not a bad round in isolation from GODSENT. They just need to start converting these rifle rounds now.
Onwards and upwards. Double orb. T side. That's a move. Is there a comms issue? Did they both think they were dropping for draken? I mean, I certainly don't think this is a great idea. Joe's just going to post everything towards connector. Another 4B stack from ECSTATIC. It's just Kragen on this A half of the map. Salazar's looking for fights.
And he will get them. However, he takes some damage. There's trouble Rusty gets caught off by Queenix getting aggressive. ECSTATIC are feeling confident, man. And it is really paying off. This is looking to be a quick finish, to say the least. Really solid stuff here from the ECSTATIC side. Looking towards the A side of things, though. GODSENT, you know, trying to change it up and keep themselves alive in this game. Keep themselves alive on A. Little do they know, the A bomb site is actually the harder of the two to get into, at least in theory. See how that looks in practice. Salazar with the orb, rings off a shot, can't find the frag. Smoke's going down, making it very difficult to push in here for that T side. Draken finds Kragan. Salazar still alive at the back end of Optimus, though, and they've got to come through a smoke to deal with him, unfortunately. Easier said than done at this point in time. 30 seconds to get back in. Both players on AWPs. Not really the ideal weaponry when it comes to the close range fights, and of course now the rotation's starting to come in as well. Joel not a hope in hell. Looks like he wants to hold on to the AWP, but he's going to be denied that opportunity. 14-8. Ever since winning that force buy, it's been absolutely flawless from ECSTATIC.
Yeah, not much else to say. Bit of a tech pause here. We await for who's dropped. It is Rusty. We await his return. I mean, Salazar's been absolutely monstrous. 2 KD right now. Kragan, massive ADR numbers. He's played a great CT side as well. He's been such a nuisance, and time again, they're leaning on him to be the solo A player, and he hasn't put a foot wrong yet. Yeah. Just a bit of a surprise that, you know, Joel, maybe ZTL to some extent, Draken maybe too. We look towards these players on the GODSENT side, and they have not been the force they were, let's say, on that first half on Nuke at this point.
Yeah, definitely lost a lot of the momentum. I don't really know what's happening here. You know, we expected this one to be a close kind of showing with the way that the map pans itself out, but unfortunately it's been anything but. So I do definitely worry for GODSENT. It feels like ECSTATIC should have this one in the bag with how far in the lead they are and just how clean the rounds have been, and particularly because the battle against 15 comes from another buy that really doesn't look good for the Swedes. Wave then. Are they going to be able to hold things together on that ECSTATIC side, or will GODSENT give them something to worry about? It's going to have to be clean. It's going to have to be fierce from GODSENT. They are so far down right now, and really just they haven't given us very much in this second half to work with, to be honest with you, to give them any semblance of a chance. Salazar on the crack angle, finds the frag onto Rusty. Great flick from ZCR, though, to keep things back up.
They'll know it's probably 4B right now, or at least it was the start of the round. But only Draken is over towards A to capitalize. He knows where Salazar is, which makes him a lot more confident with taking this map control with his rifle in hand. Probably got a little bit of a boost. Queenix is the player nearest getting seen, but he's tucked all the way in behind the site. And Kragan is making a big info play. Long push from him. Draken was in mid, but he's just slipped down in towards connector instead. So Kragan surely is telling his teammates to stay on B. And oh my lord, if he gets in behind, he doesn't bear thinking about. GODSENT need to go fast because the noose is closing right now.
Queenix hidden away at the back end of the site could be absolutely massive. They will start to move into him. Flash comes around. He finds the double. Plopski going to be all alone all of a sudden. There's no time to get that bomb down. He's got 10 seconds. He has to try and commit to the plant here, but I think it's easier said than done. However, they are giving him the space for it. Salazar, as the smoke goes down, though, will manage to find him. 15 on the board for ECSTATIC. And this has been a breeze on the CT side.
Okie dokie. Bit of a sad ending, it feels like, for GODSENT, when they have played a lot of good CS today. Clearly still in a formation period of this lineup. And I know it's been together for a while, but there's a lot of things to figure out, whereas ECSTATIC's more of a, an iteration of different lineups coming together in this current form. And 8 on the trot. That is a, sorry, 7 on the trot. That is a lot to ask of a team that's had its troubles on T-side in this series many a time. Right now, just a default spread. ECSTATIC again 4B. They've barely played a standard round this half. Very dynamic calling. Salazar consistently on this side of the map, and I almost wonder if it's a case of, well, they won't expect us to do it again, but they keep doing so.
One last try. ZTR going to find Manx to open us up. Spamming down through wood there, I believe. So, bit of a lucky one, bit of a ridiculous one. Oh, Rusty going to get caught at the worst possible time just as Nodios peaks. That's when he decides to go for a spam of his own. We'll be back into an even situation. They're headed towards the A-bomb site, though, and it is indeed just one player around here. Kragan holding at the back of Dice. Not expected. Got support now to work with. Plopski and Draken to save the game. Nice find from Draken. The bomb taking his time to get over here. So they're going to have rotated him by the time he finds his way over. Draken in for a double, but Salazar off on the angle finds him. Just Plopski. 1v2. 15 seconds left. Surely not a chance, you say. Plopski trying to keep the dream alive here. He has to get that bomb down, though, and Salazar can round, find his head. Yes, he does. 16-8. Beyond the pistol, not a single round won by GODSENT, so an incredibly one-sided affair coming through as ECSTATIC. Very, very impressive indeed, I think, to see them through to the grand final. Of course, GODSENT, not the end of the road for them. They will get knocked down to that lower bracket.